subscribe? Darling Radio, like and subscribe.
I remember that name and face. J.D. Elliott, what's happening?
Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good, J.D. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. Y'all do realize that Trump is running this country as a Democrat. 2 times in 2004 and 2015, he says he identifies as a Democrat. The only reason why Republicans rock with him is because he's not politically correct.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's the only reason why I rock with him sometimes.
Okay.
So, so why is RJ big on Trump saying that he's not a Republican? He's a Republican in name only.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Jay. Thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm letting him I was going to let him elaborate. Okay. All right. Let's get Reggie Kruger. Let's get Reggie Kruger in the building. Reggie, hop on, Reggie.
Yeah, what's going on?
What's happening, Reggie? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Morning, yawning and that. Just a quick one, yeah, because you do something quite interesting. You say like us Africans don't fight. Someone came on earlier talking about Africans getting slapped up in Russia, Ukraine. Of course, they're minimal out there. That's never gonna happen in London.
Okay.
But just a quick one, yeah. Shouts out to Black American women.
Yeah.
But how would you describe the phenotype, the physicality, with all respect, of Black American women in general, on average?
The phenotype of them, it's not one phenotype. That's the thing. Foundational Black American women are so incredibly diverse. You got thick ones, slim
Yeah.
ones, medium-sized ones, tall ones, short ones. They're just so extremely diverse.
But generally, would you say they're curvaceous, they're straight? I mean, what? All right, Chinese women, we know they're flat as a pancake. Generally, I'm not trying to be racist or nothing, but East Asian women, they ain't really packing nothing, really. Okay, can we agree on that?
Right. Okay. Well, differentiate. So I don't know if you're asking what would differentiate a foundational Black American woman from other Black women around the world. What would differentiate them, what makes them stand out is their hairstyles. Foundational Black American women, you can usually tell them by the style of their hair. They have very specific, elaborate, very culturally distinct hairstyles, and that's one way I can tell an FBA sister usually when I'm out and about. So that's
Okay, let's walk it back though, because you say, now where I'm going with this is, you said that these so-called Black Aboriginals have been around in the Americas for thousands of years. Now, I don't disagree with that fully. I believe, of course, at one stage, there were melanated people all over the globe.
of course.
Where I stand with it is, if you guys had done this peacefully, you probably wouldn't hear anything from us Africans. But when it sounds a bit racist and demeaning of Africans, that's when we're like, hold on a minute. Let's dig into this a bit deeper. When the white people first came to Africa, it was very clear when they first set eyes on our women, they made it very clear that our women had very well proportioned hips, buttocks, and breasts. Yeah.
Okay.
When I look into sources of when the white man, the Obronis, first landed in the Americas, they're not describing them like how you guys are built. So, you know what I mean? If I'm looking at the notes right now, they're saying they're very slender, athletic to a certain degree, but there's no description of their bodies. And these are sexually craven white men who've been at sea for like 90 days. You know what I'm saying? Why are they not describing your women as being curvaceous? I've been to America, I've dealt with Black American women. They're quite shapely women. Forget all the fat ones. They're generally quite well set women. So how comes we don't see that in the descriptions?
Well, when you look at some of the descriptions, they do talk about how well proportioned the women are and the men. They talked about how muscular the men were and how
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not.
Look up Vazzaro. Look up Vazzaro. He's an Italian explorer. When he came over, this is what he said. He said The men are well proportioned, and they look like the people of Ethiopia, meaning Africa. That's what they called Africa at the time. So,
Can we accept though that white people of the 15th and 16th century were very racially ignorant? Like out here, yeah, I'm in my 40s, my guy. I can still remember when they were calling Indians out here black in the 80s. You black bastard! I turned around, he's talking to a Asian. So you know what I mean? Like they didn't really go on.
but here's the thing: these people just repeatedly kept comparing some, because you got different phenotypes of Aboriginal people who were here. You got the red natives, you had some of the darker natives, and you had some of the jet black natives. Like going down in Central America, those Olmec statues and those Olmec heads, those are clearly black people. They would not be anything else. And again, these are the descriptions. When they ran into people, they kept calling them Negro. They said they looked like Ethiopians. They said they looked like Moors. So they kept repeatedly talking about some of the black phenotypes that were over here. And as we see archaeological digs and museum restructuring, just like Luzia woman down in Brazil, that's the oldest fossil remains of a human being. They reconstructed it. It's a black woman. So it's too much archaeological evidence, historic evidence, DNA evidence, because they did some DNA testing and they saw that there were people who were here for thousands of years who had sub-Saharan African DNA. So there were black people here. That's just what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, but we can agree that there were human populations that have been wiped out. They're not here no more. Before us Homo sapiens were here, there were other human groups that ain't here no more. So maybe
Uh,
that's them, but that ain't you guys, my guy. That ain't you guys.
yeah, that's a different argument. Yeah, don't nobody died off. There were human.
Where's the
No, here's the thing.
beneficent?
No,
Go on,
that's
go on.
that's what you're doing now is basically I'm a tethering. I say so.
No. It's
Yeah,
I'm an
yeah,
African that reads, and I say so. That's what I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah, you can't do it. Don't work just because y'all
Uh
because see what the thing is when we acknowledge that there were black aboriginals here and we are mixed in with them. It's a combination of African and aboriginal people that became an ethnogenesis, and we became a new group over
yeah,
here.
yeah, natives. Yeah, you got native Indian. Them Aboriginals don't exist. They don't exist. Why are
Yeah,
you're tethering onto Lizio? That's the
ab-
before the age of civilization, my guy. Let's talk
it,
about from the age of civilization going forward,
slow
not
down.
backwards.
Boy, slow down. What do you mean Aboriginal people don't exist? What does that mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? How what of course Aboriginal people existed.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, yeah, you're picking on New Zealand woman. That is the prehistoric whatever era, yeah. That is before the age of civilization. I'm talking about we're working from when humans formed civilizations, had kind of kingdoms.
What? Luzia woman looks like a regular black woman you would see today. What are you talking about? When they reconstructed Luzia woman looks exactly like one of the elders who was a survivor of Tulsa. One of those
She looks like
elders
an
who
African. She looks like an African too. I'm not denying that. I'm saying, listen, bro. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Asia. I've seen Negritos. I'm not saying there weren't black people all over the globe. I'm saying they were black then, and then they moved into something else. You can't show me any continuation between them and you. Show me your language. Show me a scope. All right, that 1.7 trillion spend. You guys put together, do an archaeological dig, DNA test it, then I'll shut up. Done.
okay, slow
Done.
down, slow down. So I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Calm down. You don't have you're saying that yes, there were Aboriginal people, but we're not a part of that because
Bro,
we don't know language. Well, I'm trying to see what you're trying to say.
what I'm trying to say, all right, Cheddar Man, the descendants of Cheddar Man, who are they right now? They're modern English people. They morphed into something 7,000 years ago. They became white 7,000 years ago. So I'm saying that black Lucille woman, yeah, she's probably a red native now. Her descendants are red natives now. That's what I'm saying.
Really? Now, how would that work?
Changing environment, the earth climate, and all that shit affecting yeah, I don't,
Okay,
what I mean? Yeah, go on.
okay. slow down. Okay, so when the Europeans would come over here in the 1500s and
Mm.
hundreds, and they saw these black Aboriginals over here, what do you think happened to those black Aboriginals?
Dark skinned melanated people, not black like you, my guy. Come on. Listen, I've deeped into this. They're not you guys. You guys are mixed with natives. That's what I believe. Yeah, I'm not denying that. But I've been to the Caribbean. I've been to a Taino village, my
No, no,
guy. This it's not like to
you're all
say
over
I've not seen this
the,
shit up front.
you're all over the place. Okay,
How?
so
How?
when
How? How?
let's try it again. When
Ugh.
they saw black Aboriginal people here, there were black Aboriginal people here. The Yamasees, these were black Aboriginal people, black
Why am I
Native Americans.
seeing pictures of Yamasees and they look all different colors, bro? They look
Yeah,
white. They look this and that.
you don't see no white looking
Yes, I
Yamasees. No,
have. Yes, I have.
you don't. It must be a $5 Indian. But okay, what happened to these black Aboriginals? This was, 15, 1600s. What do you think happened to them?
Yeah, they mixed in with the Africans that were brought over, the
Right.
white people, and this and that. But where's your cultural continuation? If you were there as deep as you say you were, it'd be dominant. We would see some language continuation. We would see a carving that
What?
looks like you. Where's all these
Okay.
stone carvings? Where's your mythology? Where is it?
Okay. What's the African languages we have then?
Who's talking about? Hippo?
You said okay. Okay. You said we would see some Aboriginal languages.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the African languages we use?
Bro, they dealt with you differently, but the Gullah Geechee speak certain words that are
No,
African. So yeah,
most of us are not Gullah Geechee. Most of us are not Gullah Geechee.
I go on.
Where are the African languages among the 43 million foundational black
Between you,
Americans?
like I just said, they dealt with you guys differently. Whereas within in the South Americas,
What does that mean?
that means that their process of erasure was more intense. If you compare,
Right.
yeah. So you're going
All right. So let's slow down. So if they erase the African language, that means they would have erased the Aboriginal language too,
not
right?
on your own land, not on your own land, not on your own
Yeah.
land, not on your own
But the
land.
thing, I want you to understand something. We still use some of the Aboriginal languages. Do you
Mm.
know that? Some of the names,
Yeah.
let me tell you, listen, some of the names of certain places, certain states, Alabama, that's an Aboriginal. Tennessee, Aboriginal name. Chicago, at Chicago, that's Aboriginal name. Mississippi, Aboriginal name. Those names are still being used. They've been anglicized to a certain degree, but these are Aboriginal languages. So it's still there. The remnants are still there. You understand how that works?
Yeah. It's the same in Africa. There's some places that have been anglicized. So yeah, I get that, but I can tell you what they mean. Can you tell me what those places mean?
Some of them, like, and I grew up in Alabama. There was a
Mm-hmm.
place, Tuscaloosa. There's a place called Tuscaloosa right outside Birmingham. Tuscaloosa, that was the name of a Native American. Tuscaloosa meant black warrior.
Bro, I will pull over right now and check that. If that don't check out, we're gonna have problems.
Oh, I want everybody to Google that right now. I don't lie. I don't lie. Okay, Tuscaloosa. I'm just giving a real world example of where I grew up. Look up Tuscaloosa and what the Native American meaning of that word. Tuscaloosa means black warrior because it was named after a black Indian chief who was
So,
real tall.
oh,
Tuscaloosa was
okay. So why was he? So he was the only black one that they named him a black warrior, and everyone else was like lighter. Yeah.
no, nobody's saying that.
Nah.
So I don't.
Why? If we're all black, why am I calling you a black warrior? If we're all black. Come
I,
on.
I don't know why they called him. He must have been blacker than the rest of them. All of
Ah.
them. He must have been black. So why do they call them the Moors when the Moors went up there?
No,
Moors
but the
mean.
Moors didn't call themselves the Moors, and you know that they didn't call themselves
I say
Moors.
why do they call them the Moors? All
No,
right. I mean,
the white people called them Moors, yeah, because Moreno from like Roman days, isn't it? Mauritania and all that shit. Yeah.
term. So he must have been very, very black then. If they called him.
Bro, you shucking and jiving on this one, bro. What the hell?
Yeah, I'm telling you Aboriginal names. I'm telling you where these names come from and what they mean.
All right, just
But we
before I go, because I got to run in
still have
somewhere.
language. We still use some of the languages and the names of some of these places. But go ahead.
You see what? Yeah, you see. Look, this is just proof, though. I can be cordial with you. I don't need to come up and troll. It's not always that, you know. But I did watch. I did watch that documentary yesterday. It's quite heart wrenching, and
Which
I felt bad for you guys. That's why I didn't want to come up and troll today.
which
Um,
what
the
document what
the
documentary?
Ryan Coogler one on Katrina. Yeah, that was some fucked up shit. That was some fucked up shit. That was some fucked up shit.
I,
Hey, Reggie.
I mean, hold on.
Wait, Jerry, relax. I'm just
Hey,
doing this.
Reggie. Hey, Reggie. I got a question for you right quick. I want you to
Go on.
do this. You said you very well read. You said you very well read,
I didn't say I'm
and
very well
so
read. I said I
please,
read up on this shit. I didn't say
you read up on shit. I'm gonna give you some Alabama native history to read up on, so
all right.
next time you come on, me and you can have a conversation.
Fair enough.
I want you to look up. It's the town of Black Warrior. You understand that? The
The,
town of Black Warrior.
mm,
Okay. I want you to understand that if you come into Mobile Bay,
mm-hmm.
you actually go up the river and they saw these black people and they got attacked because this was already a trading post. I want you to read this. I don't want to tell you anymore. I want you to understand how Alabama is a lot of us natives are still here. We have mixed in, like you said. We mixed in with Africans, we mixed in with other people, but we are still here in Alabama. And like Tariq said, Chief Tuscaloosa, that was a black man.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to Alabama, I want you to look up Alabama history. The red man in Alabama looks like me.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
friend, I want you to do a little research on that town of Black Warrior. You come back, I'm gonna give you a couple of other places. Is
One
that
thing you
okay?
don't okay. One thing you guys don't realize is I've got Brazilian ancestry. So like my mom.
I
No,
listen,
let me just land
this
it.
some Brazilian thing you talking about.
I've got maroon.
You
I've
kind
got.
of hold on for a second, friend.
Come on,
Hold
man.
on a second, friend. Hold on a second, friend. Hold on a second, friend. But please don't do that. We're trying to have a
I'm not
conversation,
mocking you.
and
I'm not
we're not a
mocking you.
whataboutism. I'm giving you some history so I can show you the roots back to this, so you can stop coming on with this straw man argument.
Huh?
That's what I'm trying to help you educate yourself. Because as Tariq has been talking about all night, y'all lying and that boisterous and that little man complex
Huh?
that you've been putting in the atmosphere all
Huh?
night. You need to understand that we see you're lying.
Lying
Mm-hmm.
about what?
So
Lying
I'm
about what?
trying to
I'm
teach
like.
you something so you will be not be
Listen.
unarmed in a battle of wits.
I do comparative research. I look at one source, I look at another, and compare the two. I don't go
You
in
missed
gung
that,
ho.
didn't you?
I don't
You
go
missed
in.
that, didn't you?
I don't
You
go
missed
in.
that, didn't
Can I speak, please?
you? You missed that, didn't you?
Can
You're
can
going into battle of wits unarmed. Do you understand that?
how? Please tell me how. I do
Because
comparative
because
research.
because what you're doing now is I say so. It's no fact. I gave you a legitimate place to look up, and now you want to take me to Brazil.
No,
Why did
but
you do that?
you're not letting me finish. You're not letting me finish.
Because listen, there's
See,
no need for you to spin.
we can't debate with.
We're gonna stay in one conversation.
No. I'm going somewhere with that. I'm going somewhere with that. You don't know unless you're gonna pick my lottery numbers for me. You're welcome to, since you can read my
Hey,
mind.
listen, friend. Listen, friend. You understand that Americans we walk on a straight line because
Yeah,
we
here's this. I
build
don't want it, all this American
straight
centrism.
up. That's
Let's
that
talk about
grift
archaeology
mentality
and
that we
anthropology. Let's
don't deal
stick on
with
that.
over here.
I don't want to listen. I'm very
You
well
understand that
traveled.
that spirit
I'm
that
very
you're
well
in right
traveled. I don't
now, we
think
don't
you
deal
are.
with that
So
over here. That's why we delineating from
that's
you
good.
guys.
Please do. But
Okay.
at
Because
least
whatever
don't
you're
lie about
trying to
history.
get off.
Don't lie about history. That's all.
Did I or did not give you a historical place to look up? Yes or no?
Bro, all right then.
Yes or no? Yes or
can you
no?
name me a 10th century leader? Can you name me a
Listen,
10th century warrior
listen.
right now? Let's
Did
go.
I give you
Can
some
you name me
Alabama
a 10th
history to look
bro?
up? Yes or
Bro,
no?
I can name a 10th century warrior.
I'm glad you can do that.
Can you do
I
that?
can you walk on your hands? Can you chew bubble gum and walk at the same time?
Probably.
Okay, that's understandable. Now, did I or did I not give you a place to look up in Alabama to give you some native history? Yes or no?
Yeah, but you could just post me
Okay,
sources.
that's the end of
You
that
could just post me
conversation.
sources.
Now, what else
You could
you
just
got?
post me sources though. This is use the technology. Post me the tangible source. Since you know it, post me the
You
tangible
a
source.
researcher. You're
My
a
guy,
researcher. Now you
I'm
want me to do your
driving.
research
I'm not
for
gonna get a
you?
ticket for you. You're not gonna pay my
A
ticket
ticket?
if the piggies pull me
A
over. You're
ticket?
no
What
no.
does that mean?
I'm not gonna touch my phone while I'm driving, my guy. I'm not getting a ticket for you. You can post me
Hey,
the source.
you're gonna be driving the rest of your life, or you're gonna stop driving in the morning or this evening, and you be able to
Nah,
do
just
that this
post me the
evening?
source.
Yes
Post me
or
the
no?
source. Post me the source, big man. Post me the source.
No. I asked you to research it. See, that's that lazy, so you can get around
No, no,
finding
no,
out
no,
the
no,
truth.
no, 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 no. I've asked you.
See, anybody
I
that really
asked
wanted
you.
to know the truth, what they would do
I asked
was
you a
they would say,
direct
"Okay, when
question.
I get off work, I'm gonna look that
I
up, or
asked
when
you
I
a
go
direct.
on
I
break,
gave you
I'll look that up."
I gave you. I went to source. I said, listen, when the Europeans came there, they're not describing the women. These hungry, sex-deprived white men are not describing your women as they look
You
now.
know how stupid
They're
that
not.
argument
But
is. I'm not even
no, no,
gonna
no,
address
they've
that.
gone to
I'm not
Africa
even gonna
and they're
address what a
saying
horny
the women
white
got
man
big
saw.
blatty,
You know
big
how
breasts,
stupid
big
that
hips.
sounds.
No,
You
no.
know how
No, it
stupid that
doesn't. It
sounds as an
doesn't. It
argument with a
doesn't.
horny
It
white
doesn't.
man
You
saw.
can't answer my question. You can't.
It's not the answer. It's
You
a
can't.
stupid ass
You can't. It's
question.
not. It's not. It's not.
Why in the hell would I care what a horny white man had been out to sea when he first see? You know how stupid that sounds?
How, bro? Do you want me to read the
That was your
quotes?
argument that you came in.
This is
Listen,
ridiculous,
man,
bro.
I'm
The
sorry.
ducking is crazy, bro. Come on, man. Allow this cornbread tennis, man. This ain't US Open, bro. Let's do
It's not. What I'm saying is you're
let's
using
just
stupid
stick to facts and
arguments.
sources.
They
They're trying to
describe the
divert me
women
off.
as
They're trying to
perchation.
divert me off talking about a
Listen,
black
a
warrior.
horny man
So
gonna describe a ugly mud
other
duck
black
as
people
perchation.
call the next man a black warrior. Why are other black people calling the next man black warrior? Huh? How that
Well,
make
they got
sense?
slow down because they got a river in Alabama called Black Warrior River. So yeah, they kept using this term because there were obviously black warriors down there, right? Reggie,
Bro, why, bro? This ain't Sweet 16. Why are you fingering up the mute button for, bro? This ain't Sweet 16, man. Come on, man. All
sir, I got a
fingering up the mute button like it's your girl, man. Come on, man. Allow it, man. Come on.
story Ebola is kicking in and it's making you crazy. So I got to slow you down.
Here we go. I knew it was good, bro.
Yeah, just
Come on,
calm
man.
down.
Bro,
Calm
why are we
down.
doing this? Why are you going there for? Why?
Your Ebola shots, calm down. Just
Bro,
calm
them
down.
turkey vulture tenders, bro, you're eating, bro, is making you do something madness, bro. Come on, relax, bro. Relax, bro.
It's, okay, hold on. I know
Them ribs are setting in now. Let's relax.
you're delivering Uber and you're eating out of people's fries with them a little greasy,
Why
goosey
are you
finger.
like mocking hard working people, bro? That
Calm
proves
down.
you lazy. You are.
Not the Mr. Shitting on the sidewalk and you had to flee to Britain talking about somebody lazy, sir. Come on now. You don't want to do that.
Bro, I'm born here, bro. I didn't flee nowhere. What are you doing?
You're a musty anchor baby, sir.
No,
They
no.
drop you over
Bro,
there
hey,
and
listen,
you
shall I describe FBI?
feel like fish and chips and bushmeat right now. They had to drop you off and anchor you in
Yo, FBI.
we did what? And shout out to cousin Jerry. Thank you for calling cousin Jerry. But back to let's get to the facts, Reggie.
Why are you diverting custody for? Why are you doing that? Go on. Anyway, go on.
But like I was saying, you're talking about Aboriginal language. Again, many places and towns, we still use the Aboriginal language for those towns. If you look at many places, they're Aboriginal names. Arizona, Aboriginal name. Arkansas, Connecticut is the Aboriginal name. Idaho, Aboriginal name. Illinois, that's Algonquin, I think. Minnesota, that's an Aboriginal name. Michigan, Aboriginal name. Nebraska, Aboriginal. Oklahoma, that's Choctaw.
Nebraska, up in them cold climates there, there's black people there for all them years, yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Nebraska means flat water. So a lot of these places were named like Mississippi's, and that means Great River. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even Manhattan, that's a Lenape term. Manhattan, New York,
So
that's Lenape.
all these people were black aboriginals. None of them were red, yeah? All of them were black.
Any of them were black Aboriginals. They were black Aboriginals. You had red. That's the thing. You had red Indigenous people. You had black Indigenous people, brown skinned Indigenous people, different phenotypes.
So why they trying to elbow you out then? Because I've gone on their website, yeah, and they're saying, was it not the Seminoles, not them, because I know they were mixed in with blacks a lot. One other group anyway.
They
They
actually black
they're
people out.
elbowing you out though. They're saying, look, man, that
That's
it's a lie being spun that you guys were. You know what I mean? I've gone on the website. I'll find it again.
listen. You had a man named Walter Plecker who was infamous for reclassifying many natives as Negro. Look up Walter Plecker in
I
the.
know why they done that. And it goes back to what I said earlier, because you guys got mixed in with them, and they're thinking this one looks a bit this way, this one looks a bit this way. They're all niggas. That's what they done. I'm telling you how these white people
This
think.
know this. They just reclassified us. they said, okay, we're going to enslave these people. They look like these Africans. They're all Negro.
I looked at
I know this. They said, okay, these Indians and these Africans, I don't care what tribe that African was from, you're a Negro. This Indian, I don't care what tribe you're from, now you're a Negro. That's what happened. So that's where the ethnogenesis started to happen. And then we start forming our own culture. You understand? I
bro,
mean,
you man are doing circus tricks, bro. I've read sources where they said the mixed blacks, mixed natives, they couldn't distinguish between the two, and they thought, fuck it. You know what? Yes, you're right. There is truth to it where they done it because they wanted to do the land hoodwink on some of you guys because you had native ancestry.
right.
But
So okay, you're just repeating what I just said. So you're agreeing with me. So why?
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm saying specifically the
What? Okay, you're agreeing with me, sir. So what? Where's the disagreement? Where's the disagreement? You're literally saying what I'm saying. You're agreeing with.
I'm I'm the nuance is, yeah. I said specifically the mixed groups of people, not just a regular black person, someone who was mixed who was a bit ambiguous or whatever. They couldn't make out who they were. Really, they said, "Fuck it, we're gonna lump you in the pot." That's I've read it. I've got this.
What?
Truth, I can't go. I've read it in the books, bro. I've got a source I screenshot it the other
I
day.
don't. I,
Another day I come back,
I,
I'll post it.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know what you're saying at this point. To be honest, I'm not being.
Bro, I'm speaking English, man. I'm speaking English. Come on, you understand
Yeah,
London English. Come on, man.
you're not really making sense. You're just kind of saying stuff.
Mixed people, black mixed people of mixed Negro and mixed native heritage, they couldn't really put them in a pocket, so they just said, it, we're gonna put you in the nigger basket. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but they would.
People who were triracial, so people who were dual heritage and tri heritage, they were like, all right, then you know what? Here's a good example. Like what happened with the coloureds in South Africa, even though they got their own designation, yeah. A lot of coloureds in South Africa are tri or quadruple racial. Some of them have got Malagasy in them, some of them have got Indian in them, some of them got black and white in them. They're like, you know what? You're too mixed up. We can't tell the difference. You're just niggers. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying they done.
but now, so you do realize that many of the people who were Indians, they just reclassified them as Negro. You understand that, right?
Yeah, when they were mixed, yeah.
No, not no, no, no. Not because they were mixed. No, just some of the natives, they said, you're going to be Negroes. They didn't wait for them to get mixed. They were already, they had black phenotypes. Look, there were slave laws in the
Hmm.
16th saying that the people who can be enslaved are Africans, Moors, and Indians. These are the people who could be enslaved. When those Indians were enslaved, what do you think happened to them?
Oh no. Now you've walked into it. You've walked into some dog shit now. What's the distinction between a Moor and an African? Go.
A Moor was probably somebody who came, who was Islamized. I don't know what their distinction was, but there was a thing over here in the 1700s where there were some people who classified themselves as Moors, and there was a treaty with Morocco, and you're supposed to let the Moors go. People who were part of the Moroccan Empire, you were supposed to let them go. And they went to court to say, hey, look, yeah, we black, but we ain't Negro. We're actually Moors. This is our nationality over here. So there was a big case in the 1790 around that time. Now, earlier on in the 1600s, they almost used African, Moor, and Indian damn near interchangeably. You understand? So Moor was probably a term that they were using for the Spanish black people who the Spaniards brought over, like Ion and all those people who were in San Miguel del Guadape. They had some Moors from Spain because they were fighting and they brought some of the prisoners of war over here. Estevanico was one of the first black people who was a foreigner on this land that's documented. He was a Moor, okay? And that was in the 1500s. So again, they would use these terms kind of interchangeably. This is what I'm saying. Because they would use Negro and slave and black and all of that interchangeably, that shows you that many Native Americans and Aboriginals were actually classified as Negro. So yeah,
That proves my point then. That they're just racist and anybody dark skin is just that proves my point.
yeah,
Because Queen Elizabeth the First, you know about when she expelled black people from here and she said she wanted to get rid of the blacker Moors
right.
and the Negus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And if we're talking about Moors, who are the Moors? The Moors are a mixed bag of different ethnicities. Fulanis fall under the bracket of Moors. If you really check the geography of where they were coming
Yeah,
from, not just Mauritania,
yeah, the
they came as far as Mali and Niger.
yeah, and where Senegal is now. That's what John Henry Clark said when they invaded Spain, the Iberian Peninsula in 711. He said the military arm of the Moors came out of the area known as Senegal. So they were very, very black skinned people. That's what changed the phenotype in Spain and Europe altogether for that part. But we're actually in agreement, Reggie. You kind of agree with me, and and
I'm not saying I'm not agreeing with parts of it. I'm just picking holes at the bits that don't make sense to me. That's all I'm
but
saying.
yeah, you basically
Huh?
confirmed everything that we're saying. That
Oh God,
it,
your cousin Jerry was doing a mad thing. But I do want to say before I leave you, you good people. Shouts out to my boy GT down there. What I was gonna say. Yeah, just one more thing though. You need to kind of give more credit to the other Maroon kingdoms out here, man. Like shouts out the Maroons of Brazil. You know, they had the largest Maroon
all
settlement in the Western Hemisphere.
Marys, I know.
Yeah, yeah, 20,000 deep. You know what I mean? Like you
Zumbi,
kind of
Zumbi,
normally,
Zumbi,
huh?
Zumbi was badass. He was doing that capoeira on them damn
Yeah.
Portuguese. I know about him. I get-
Yeah, yeah, and okay, just so we get that straight, because you mentioned a few weeks ago that yours was the only maroon settlements that done shit. I was like,
no,
hold
no,
on a
no,
minute, the
no,
guys
no,
in
no. I didn't say that. No, we had some hell. You had maroon settlements in Haiti that were putting in work. Zumbi was doing his thing. Gasper Yanger was doing his thing. He had a maroon settlement in Mexico. So yeah, you had maroons all over this Western Hemisphere that was putting in work. So yeah, I get.
and sure. And finally, before I go, are you aware of any of our like our famous warriors that fought against the Europeans? I mean, West Africa, not fucking Shaka Zulu shit, like in West Africa.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Some of it was a lot of
Ah,
y'all were actually slave traders your damn self. Uh, so that's the thing. Because people talk about the women,
but but
the
but Tariq though, this is war though. War's not cute,
but,
bro. People go back and forth.
but yeah, y'all sitting up there making little janky deals and enslaving folks too. I can't really pop my college and that.
But your own descendants were captors and captives too.
Not no, we weren't over here. No, we weren't.
No, bro. So you were just one big tribe of FBA in Africa, yeah,
Over,
that just got over. Come on,
here,
let's not do that.
over here, we didn't play that. We were freeing people over here. We didn't enslave no damn body over here.
Yeah, because when you got together and said, "Oh, that's my neighbor that I sold down the road." Oh shit, we all need this shit together. You know, what, we might as well band together.
Yeah, over
But
here.
don't deny that you're descended from captors and captives. Let's get that right.
What? What are you talking
You're African. You're African. All right. So if you guys do a DNA test, some of you may come up with Yoruba. Some of you may come up with Daomi, Benin, like modern day Benin, Daomi in your own genealogy. Daomi and the Oyo Kingdom were at war for how many donkeys years. So that tells me, yeah, that you are descended from captors and captives of war.
Well, we must have been captives because, yeah, we ain't over there, and the captors are still over there, and they're shitting in the streets because that.
No, no, oh, no,
So
no, no.
yeah,
Let me make
so,
this easy. Let me make this
so yeah,
easy. If I'm from eight,
over there, we're part of the people who were the warrior class
oh
who
god.
got tricked and deceived and sent over here, and mixed in with some other riders, and we had an ethnogenesis, and we didn't play that shit, and we weren't enslaving people and doing all that janky tribalism. We stood on business, and
Tariq,
now.
why are you doing this, bro?
And
So you're telling me, may I interject kindly, please? I don't want to overtalk you.
uh-huh.
British manners now. So let me make this more general and easier for your people to understand. If I'm from Florence and Normandy, you call it eight tray hood, and I go to Inglewood families, I do something there. They go over back to Normandy, do something there. It's a back and forth, a back and forth. So you people are descended from captors, people who captured people, and people that were captured. Bro, you can't deny if you've got DNA from,
Well,
like you say, from all over.
make no sense at all.
GT, can you hear this?
That
Can you hear this guy? He's trying to.
make a sense, man. That didn't make a lick of sense whatsoever. What the hell? That okay? You need to go deliver your orders. You ain't that. That didn't make one lick of damn sense.
Bro, so you don't understand how war
No,
works. You're telling me
that's not war. You that didn't make a lick of sense, sir. That didn't land. That didn't stick at all. You just threw some shit on the wall that made no correlation to nothing. All right, Reggie, it's time to let you go finish delivering them orders. Okay, you just saying shit. That didn't make one lick of sense. And listen. One more thing. If there are two niggas or in Florence and Normandy, there you have a Crip nigga and you have a Blood. You have the Crips and the Bloods, and they live across the street. One of them is a captive. What? What? You just don't understand. It is too eloquent for you to understand. No, that don't make sense. That don't make no sense, bro. You tether babbling. That don't make no sense at all. That's, good Lord. You just talking in circles. A lot of these guys just start talking in circles because he basically proved my point. He proved my point. We proved that the Aboriginals here were just reclassified as Negro. Many of them were absorbed into Negro. And then we had an ethnogenesis. Yeah, he basically proved all that. Thank you, Reggie. Now you can go back to delivering that damn DoorDash order. Give them people their porridge and stop eating on their fries. Oh, goodness gracious. Lord. All right. But yeah, again, when people talk about Aboriginal languages, man, y'all better understand over here, man, there's so many cities and states and all of these things have Aboriginal names. We still use them. We still use these towns. Hackensack, that's an Aboriginal name. Milwaukee Aboriginal, Kenosha, Wisconsin Aboriginal. Hell, Miami is an Aboriginal name. Yeah. I mean, I think it means, what does it mean? It means the people. Pontiac, that's an Aboriginal name. Kalamazoo, especially up there in that Michigan area, there's a whole bunch of Aboriginal names there. Chattanooga, Tennessee, that's the Aboriginal name. Pensacola, Okeechobee, Tallahassee, even out here on the west, Spokane, Yakima, Washington, Seattle is the Aboriginal name. So yeah, we still use them. We use those names, and every day it's become normalized. Yeah. But anyway, I digress, family. It's been real chopping it up. Everybody go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Support history, family. This is why history is very important. We got to be on our history game, man, because again, the Democrats and Republicans, they try to put it on Trump, but all of them are attacking Black history. All of them. And I say the Democrats too, because if they talk about Black history, they have to tack on other stuff to it. They have to water it down and then attach other things to it. So, we got to really be about gatekeeping our history. Shout out to everybody who's getting Microphone Check because it's the anniversary. There's an uptick with the sales on Microphone Check. It's killing the game. You want to know the best movie on hip hop culture? It's the end all be all of documentary films on hip hop. Microphone Check. You can get it on Amazon Prime or you get it at microphonecheck.com. Watch that movie. It's such a phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. It's the end all be all of the history of hip hop. No other hip hop film is more thorough than Microphone Check. That's why the reviews are just so phenomenal on that film. So check out microphonecheck.com. Get the Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's been real. Much respect to you guys. Papi Akute, Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.
I need some more work, baby, tonight. I need some more work on me tonight. I need some more work, baby, tonight. I need some more work on me tonight. Yeah. I need some more work on me tonight. I need some more work, baby, tonight.